Hi, everybody. Well, actually, it's just me for now. This is going to be the World Peace Meditation for June of 2022. Tonight, we're going to be doing a meditation called Handling Our Grief. And I'm going to wait for a few minutes to see who shows up. So far, I'm the panel for tonight. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my channel. I've been gathering decks of cards and information and watching lots of videos and reading books and listening to interviews of people who have had encounters or who have dealt with ETs and UFOs. Oh, there's JD. Hi. So JD, I'm just talking about my channel a little bit, things that are going to be coming up on my channel. So that's me from Facebook. I guess I'm on Facebook too. So it's a little ironic that I'm going live to Facebook and to YouTube, and there's hardly anybody here. Well, you and me, we count. But I was just talking about what's going to be going on my channel. I've been gathering information from people about, I think the Supreme Court thing has people brain dumped. I think you're right. I think you're really right. And so people probably will watch this after it's posted, not live, but after it's posted. And I have to apologize. I have not re-recorded the last two, I think, meditations because my work has been so busy. I haven't had a chance, but that's okay. I will get to them and I will re-record them with pretty music and pretty pictures and things like that. So on my channel, what's going to be coming up is I'm going to be working on doing readings about ETs and UFOs and how they affect people and what that means to people's spiritual journeys, etc. So I've been doing a lot of studying, and I've been talking to people about it a lot. I talked to Kim about it when I interviewed her, and I think I'm going to be on her channel in July, and we're probably going to talk more about ETs. I'm going to try and get in touch with Dr. Gail and also her friend Mary, because they seem to really have a lot going on with that. And so I'm very excited because Dr. Gail is also trying to figure out the contact cards. I got the contact cards by, is it Daryl Anchor? Yeah, Daryl. Well, I can't remember his name. Anyway, I watched something on Gaia by him last night. He's kind of amazing. And so that's a couple of things that are going to be going on. I also, I'm going to be interviewed by Kim, or talk to Kim and do readings with Kim on her channel. I'm also going to be having Scott on from Spiritual Essence. And I'm going to talk to Kevin from, I think, what is his channel? Kevin at, I want to say Loving Vibrations. Kevin, who goes on with Mel Dore, he and I have been in contact. So I'm going to be asking him to come on my channel. I was supposed to go on Mel's channel, but I just think he's been too darn busy. He's got all this travel stuff that he's been doing, and I think he has another travel thing coming up. So I'm not expecting to hear back from him until mid-July, but hopefully I'll be able to do that too. And I'm just really going to focus on the community of people who really do spiritual evolvement, the ET, UFO thing, angels, and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of excited for that. What else are we doing? So that'll be an additional reading that I do at least once a month, and probably more as I get more used to it. But so I'll have the tarot scopes, I'll have the astrology stuff, which is 4 videos a month for astrology. I'll do the tarot scopes, which is 12 videos a month. Oh, here's my sister. It's Cleo. Okay, so let me rename her. Let me edit the name. Hello, Cleo. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you put the name down there because I thought it was going to come up with my other name.
With your other name. No, it's just, no, it's always going to be Cleo. So JD, this is my sister Cleo. And Cleo, welcome to my world meditation.
Do I get to see this person?
No, they're in the chat. If you go over to the right-hand side, you might be able to see something that says comments. That's their name for chat. And if you can find that and click on it, then you'll see the chat on the right-hand side.
Okay. So I'm not going to get to see them?
No, you, if the other readers that I invited, if they come in, then you'll get to see them. But the people in the chat, you just get to see their names and you can type little messages to them. Like he and I have been, is it JD? Are you, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, whatever, but we have been chatting. We've been typing things in, and JD thinks that because of the Supreme Court thing, everybody's brain is kind of like on fire and they just can't focus on anything. So we may have a small audience tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. I was reading through the meditation that I wrote, and it's going to be hard for me to get through this meditation because it is talking about grief and things. So it's going to be difficult, but I'll try. I'll try to be there. Thanks, JD. I didn't know if you wanted to clarify or not. You still didn't get the messages on, Cleo? Oh, maybe not. Okay. So, Cleo, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? I know you don't have a YouTube channel yet. I will encourage you to do that. But tell us a little bit about what you do as far as getting messages and helping people.
Well, I'm a seer, a psychic, and I am a messenger for God. So I'm also a prophet.
Okay.
And the topic today about grief and it fits right in with what I've currently been hearing from God about.
Okay.
And that has to do with the passing of millions of souls due to COVID.
Right. Yeah.
And how the rest of the world is dealing with it. And from what I'm told, we're not dealing that well with it. It's very difficult for people because this is kind of a strange passing where so many people, you couldn't talk to them. You couldn't go into the hospital room. A lot of people didn't have funerals. They couldn't go to funerals. So they're having a hard time with it because there's no closing. There's no, and also the way the COVID came up. I mean, with some people, yes, it drew out over a long period of time. People knew that they were going to die. Other times they got it, and within days they're gone, and it just a shock to their loved ones.
Yeah.
So
yeah, agreed.
That's what I got to say so far. I will tell you as time goes by exactly what the message is from God.
Okay. All right. So, JD, you're my main audience right now. So, I will tell you, and for people who are watching this after the live broadcast, I will tell you, Cleo's going to be a guest on my show. We're going to do a series of interviews and talk about the messages that she gets and how she gets them and all of that stuff. So she and I are really looking forward to this. We're kind of designing it right now, kind of trying to figure out what all we're going to be talking about and when we're going to do it and the timing of it and everything. But we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a really fun part of my channel. So I was telling my audience earlier. Oh, here we go. Karen Robinson. Hello, ladies. Hello. Okay. I was telling JD I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff focusing on ETs and UFOs in the future, and also interviewing some other people and continuing to put out my astrology videos, my taroscope videos, my angel videos, and I'll add to that my ET videos, but I'm not quite sure what those are going to look like yet. I'm still studying that. So nice. So so yeah, my cat's here. Okay. So this live stream is also going out over Facebook, which I don't know how that's going to go. It looks like nobody's on Facebook, everybody's on YouTube, but that's fine because I forgot to announce it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea what's going to go on with this, but I just thought, the more people I could get it out to, the better. And there might be some people who um, follow me on Facebook and they might see it, and it might be helpful for them. So go ahead.
Is this being recorded?
Yes, it's being recorded. So what'll happen, Cleo, is we're live now. So all of this is being recorded. When I do the meditation, I'll, go through the whole meditation. And then when we end, it'll get posted to my YouTube channel. And then people can rewatch it as they like, anytime they want. And then what I was doing for the first few meditation videos is I was re-recording them with like beautiful video in the background and pretty music and things like that. I was not able to do that for the last two meditations because my civilian job just got in the way. I just didn't have enough time to do it. I barely had enough time to get the videos out that I got out. So, and I'm still kind of in a crunch with that. So I'm going to try to re-record this and post it with gorgeous pictures and pretty music underneath it and everything. But for tonight, it's just the live.
So if I go to YouTube and see this, am I going to be seeing you and me? And okay, but no, why am I not seeing these other people?
Because they're in a chat room. They're just making. You know how you make comments under YouTube things? Okay, they're making comments, but in real time. So they're just over on the side making comments. And I wish you could see it. I wish.
Yeah, why don't you have them get on the video here?
Oh, because with my contract with StreamYard, I can only have 10 people on. So I can have 10 people with their faces.
We got room for 8 more.
Yeah, we have room for 8 more. We definitely do. And I sent out invitations to plenty of people. So we may have a few more people join us. And as I see them pop in at the bottom, I'll let them in so everybody can see their faces. But once we start the meditation, oh, Karen, thank you. That's so nice. Karen said, so happy to find you. Love your videos. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, JD wants to know what your cat's name is.
That's Mr. Pickens. Do I have to type this in?
No, they can hear us.
Oh, they can hear us.
They're watching us, like watching. It's like TV, except for they're putting comments out that apparently only I can see. Oh, I have my window open and they're doing fireworks. Oh, geez.
Okay, the kitty that just came in the door complaining, that's Mr. Pickens. Actually, his full name is Slim Pickens. And he's a good boy.
Well, my cat is also in the room, Nix, and you'll probably hear him at some point. He usually makes his entrance right at the most emotional part of the video, and then all of a sudden he starts meowing. So just going to put that out there for everybody. And this is good, a little humor in the front, because this is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a rough one to get through, but a very, very necessary one to get through. So I'm just giving it just about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to start the video. So what else can we talk about? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You've had your plate full, and you're just, you're doing so many different things. And I got to tell you, I'm just really excited about what you're doing. And I was really interested in this meditation about grief and stuff. I don't really know how this is going to work. So why don't you tell me how it's going to work?
Okay, so this is a guided meditation. So I wrote this meditation, and I do I write a lot of meditations, and I do them for my coven. And in fact, everybody in the coven does them. But with a guided meditation, I'm gonna read through the text that I wrote, and I'm going to give you a chance to relax and bring you down, hopefully, into a very, very relaxed state. I mean, I won't say that I'm getting you into like theta brain waves or anything, but it does really take you to usually to a different place where your brain waves really do slow down, and it allows you to kind of leave the world behind for just a minute. And then I'm going to talk you through some suggestions for dealing with grief and beginning the process of healing. And grief is a thing that is so individual. Everybody heals in their own time frame and in their own way, but all the way through the process, you're healing a little bit all the time. So I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to say, oh, do a video and you're going to heal completely from your grief. That's not the point. The point is to become just a little more comfortable today than you were yesterday with what has happened to you. So that's the goal here.
Okay.
All right. So it is 9:16. So I'm going to take a drink of cold water. Hopefully that'll keep me from getting too emotional.
Well, and by the way, I mean, I'm looking at myself and I'm looking a little jaundice. I'm not jaundice, but the coloring on this camera, for some reason, it's
That happens.
coming out a little jaundice. So if anybody thinks I'm sick, I'm not.
No, I know. Neither do you have a spray tan. No.
No, I don't have a spray tan.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing this.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So if everybody wants to just find a comfortable, here's Melissa and Aries Wanderer. Great. Let me just say hello. Oh, great. So Melissa. And Mary Lise says, okay, Melissa says, hi, Colleen. And maybe it's Leche. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Says, this is perfectly timed. My father's in a hospital with prostate and bone cancer, and I'm already grieving, as are the rest of my family. Thank you for this. Oh, absolutely, Mary. Yes, absolutely. All right. So if everybody just wants to get comfortable, either sit back in your chair with both feet on the ground. Be sure your feet are not crossed. Uncross your arms. Just lay your palms on your thighs, and it doesn't matter if they're up or down for this. Or if you're lying down on a couch or a bed, make sure your feet are straight out and your arms are either beside you or laying gently on your stomach. And you may want, if you are laying down, or even if you're sitting in a chair, if you're prone to get cold, you may want to toss a blanket over your legs or your whole body if you want to. Okay, so we're going to begin breathing. And I want you to begin breathing gently in through your nose and out through your mouth. So just take a slow inhale in through the nose and blow it out through your mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now I'm going to attempt to slow your breathing down. I'm going to count to 4 for the inhale, 4 for a hold, and I'm going to count to 5 as you exhale, just to help you slow down. And this will help the body physically respond to this rhythm of breathing and allow you to relax even further. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you're going to allow your breathing to resume whatever normal speed you like or whatever feels comfortable. Don't force your breathing. And at this time, I want everyone to close their eyes. So imagine a ball of white light above your head. Make the ball about the same size as your head and imagine that the white light is pouring out of the ball into your crown chakra, into the crown of your head, filling it with bright white light. Now allow this white light to pour into your entire body like liquid, relaxing you as it goes. Imagine the light filling you up with warmth and the radiance of the light until your entire body is humming with the warmth of this beautiful liquid. And you feel entirely relaxed from head to toe. Now, starting at your feet, imagine that your feet are very, very relaxed. They are heavy and warm, and you just feel as if both feet could just drop away from your ankles because they are so heavy. It's a pleasant sensation, and you enjoy this warm and relaxing feeling. Now imagine that your lower legs and calves are also very heavy and warm. Your legs are so warm and relaxed that you can't imagine standing up on them at this moment. The white light in your legs is making them buzz and hum and feel as if they are quite distinct from your body. They are almost separate from your body. Now imagine that your upper legs are very heavy and warm. They are so warm and relaxed that you can't imagine there is any strength in them at this moment. The white light in your legs is making them buzz and hum and feel as if they are quite distinct from your body. They're almost separate from your body. Now let's focus on the pelvis. Imagine that the entire area of your pelvis is heavy and warm. It's very, very relaxed. There is no tension in any of the muscles in the lower half of your body, and your bones just feel as if you're not even connected. And now let's focus on the lower abdomen. This becomes very heavy and warm and so relaxed. Any tension that you're feeling in your lower abdomen, on the next exhale, just allow it to go very, very slack and loose. Now focus on your solar plexus, where all of your ribs come together, and make sure that this feels heavy and warm. No tension in your solar plexus. No tension in your middle abdomen. Your entire abdomen is heavy and warm. It is so warm and relaxed that none of your muscles can hold any tension at all. Now let's move up to your chest and back. And imagine that your entire chest and your entire back is heavy and warm. It feels so good to have all of the muscles in your chest and back just be very, very loose and heavy and warm. Now focus on your shoulders and arms and imagine that white light just moving all the way out of your shoulders and into your arms, all the way down to your fingertips. And your entire upper body, shoulders, and arms are heavy and warm. They are so warm and relaxed that you can't imagine there is any strength in them at this moment. The white light is making them buzz and hum and feel as if they are quite distinct from your body. They are almost separate from your body. Now let's move up to your neck and relax all the muscles in your neck. It is very, very heavy and warm. It's warm and relaxed, and there is no tension in any of the muscles in your neck. Now move up to your face, and bit by bit, we will relax all the muscles in the face, starting with your jaw. Imagine that your jaw muscles are heavy and warm, and they are just hanging off of your face. Now your cheek muscles. Imagine that they are heavy and warm. There is no tension in your cheek muscles. Now the muscles around your mouth. Allow them to become heavy and warm. There is no tension around your mouth. Now the muscles around your eyes. Let them become heavy and warm. There is no tension around your eyes. And now your forehead, and especially the muscles between your eyebrows. Allow that to relax and become heavy and warm. And finally, the top of your head. Allow the top of your head to be heavy and warm. And know that there is no tension in your head, in the top of your head. Now you should be fully, completely relaxed from the top of your head down to your toes. There has been so much violence lately that it is hard to focus on just one event. So many people have died. Perhaps you know some of them intimately. Perhaps you do not. Nevertheless, there are so many people grieving now, so many souls grieving for those who have left them, that they cannot function normally. They cannot go about normal life, and they need our love and support. You may need our love and support. There is a lot of death to deal with now. We need to help support and love those around us immediately and in the larger community. Let us focus on our hearts, on our heart chakra. Picture a large green ball, an emerald green ball in the area of your heart. This is your heart chakra. Allow this ball of green light to begin to pulse at any speed you like. You might imagine that the ball of light pulses brighter to the beat of a song or your own heartbeat. Just enjoy the warm and steady pulse of the green ball in your heart chakra. Beat, beat, beat. Let it pulse and beat, and focus on that beating of the heart. I am speaking to the Great One, the Great All, the allness and the oneness of the universe. I cry for those of us left behind, for the lonely ones with hollows in our hearts. I ask you to comfort us, give peace, restore hope, and lavish us with love, family, and belonging. In the depths of loss, meet us with yourself. I cry for the legacy these loved ones leave, for the ways the world was made different by their presence, for the memories that became both more beautiful and more painful on this side of death. And And I pray that you who were left behind, you who have accomplished so much in this remarkable life, will grow deeper, wider, and stronger in the days to come, uninhibited by a weak opponent like death. To the allness and the oneness of the universe when I say, my pain is so deep, my anger is fierce, my fear is crippling. In the midst of all these emotions, numbness sets in and I almost do not know what to do. I struggle to know how to pray or where to begin. So I'm going to remind myself of the truth. I know I am not alone in my grief. For many knew and loved those beautiful souls who were gone. Even though I feel broken and hurt, I will mend in time and be able to smile again. I pray for 10,000 angels to hold me in their arms, take away this pain, and help me to bear it. I pray that each person who is grieving the loss of those beautiful souls be surrounded by 10,000 angels who will take away their pain and help them to bear it. So now I ask 100,000 angels to come to us and lift us up. Hold us in your arms and help us to bear the pain of grief. Allow our pulsing heart chakras to grow. Allow us to breathe and mourn and weep. And these acts allow us to feel your strength and to be buoyed up by your love. Lift us, hold us, take us higher into the realm where we can feel love once more, where we can express our grief and feel our grief and heal. Help us to remember the beautiful golden moments of our loved ones' lives and embrace these memories and all the love that we hold for them now and always. And now I would like all of you to relax into the embrace of your angels. Allow them to carry you to higher realms. And as they carry you, understand that your grief is not something to lose or something to ignore. It is the very real process through which you honor your relationships with your departed loved ones and begin the journey of healing and understand how you will continue to live until you and your loved one can meet again. So now take some time for that. To think that you are gone over the crest of the hills as the moon passes from her fullness, riding the sky, and the white mare took you with her. To think that we will wait another life to drink wine from the horns and leap the fire. Farewell from this world, but not from the circle. That place that is between the worlds shall hold return in due time. Nothing is lost. The half of a fruit from the tree of Avalon shall be our reminder. Among the fallen leaves, this life treads underfoot. Let the rain weep. Waken in sunlight from the realms of sleep. Now, whenever you are feeling the most pain, imagine the green ball of light is going directly to that pain and gather it into itself. Imagine that the pain is being absorbed by the green ball of light. Imagine that the green light now moves in a circle around your body. It circles your body and begins to speed up. Faster, now a little faster, now even faster. The green ball circles the body and starts to change color. It is changing into the color pink. It keeps moving ever faster and faster until there is almost a complete sphere of pink all around you. Allow yourself to be encompassed by this pink sphere. At some point, the ball has ceased to exist and only the pink sphere is there. You are still relaxed, but you have touched your grief with the green ball and transmuted some of it, maybe just a tiny bit of it, into the pink sphere. It's not all gone, but it feels just a tiny bit better. To have shared some of this pain with your community, with others who understand, with the angels who are still with you, even now, holding you up. You are not alone. You are loved, just as your dear departed loved one is loved. You too are loved by all who can hear my voice. Take your time, and when you are ready, open your eyes. So I'm not sure if people just fell asleep or if they're still out there.
I'm still here, but yes, it would be very easy to get that comfortable and doze
Mhm,
off, particularly
mhm.
at my age.
But you know, when you go into a meditation and you feel like you've fallen asleep, you're actually just going to a deeper brainwave, a deeper thing of consciousness. Oh, Melissa wanted to stay there a while longer. I know this one was short because I just couldn't get through any longer. I had more material, but I couldn't read it without crying, so I have to I had to I had to make it a little bit shorter. So I hope that was helpful for people. And I promise at some point I will record this one and the other two meditations so that you guys have a more polished meditation to listen to. But some of these things came from, well, the poem came from Doreen Valiente. It's a very old poem. So that was her poem, not mine.
It was good.
And I guess this other stuff, I thought that I had quoted some other people, but I think I ended up rewriting everything. So I think all the rest of it was me. So good. So I hope that was helpful for everybody. Oh, thanks, Karen. That's good. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, Aries Wanderer, like I said to my sister, Cleo, when you doze off, you're actually just going into a deeper part of your brain and you're just really, really relaxed. And for a lot of people, when they think they're sleeping, they're actually just going somewhere else. You may have even astral traveled, or, but your brain is just going to another part. So, yeah. So your first live meditation, Cleo.
It was definitely inspiring.
Great. That's good.
But also it makes me think about just how important the grieving process is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going through it, you really don't have time to really take in what's happening. I mean, you're concerned about your loved ones, or in this case, there's one woman, she's concerned about her cat that passed away. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're going through these things, you just, when all is said and done, you really have to step back and think about how you're feeling about it. Of course you're sad,
Mm-hmm.
and you're missing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I think a meditation like this is really an opportunity to go within and feel that grief, because it's such an important part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's very it's what your message is very valuable.
Thank you. I think when you're in the middle of grief too, you've got so many worldly things to take care of. You still usually have to take care of a family, or perhaps even go to work, or take care of a loved one. I mean, you still have demands that force you to kind of push away all of your emotions, because you can't go through your whole day just weeping. You've got to just kind of buck up and go. And you do that enough times, and then you just feel like, oh, it's maybe too much trouble to sit down and let all that come out, because it's going to be an avalanche. So yeah, doing something like this where you can let it out a little bit at a time over time, and do it maybe as regularly as you possibly can. And then it's not such a huge buildup of emotions to have to come out when the dam finally breaks. And you have to you have to break down and let it out. It's very, yeah, it's good to try to let a little bit of it out a little at a time. But
Well, and it's so good for your spiritual self to get in touch with those emotions. It's painful.
Mhm.
The loss is incredibly hard on most people.
Yeah.
When you're constantly pushing it back, or and busying yourself with that other activities, whether it be work, or whether preparing for a funeral, or all the different steps that you have to go through,
Right.
it's very good to just take time to do exactly what you just did with this meditation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think it's really important. Let's see. Mary is saying there can also be guilt involved, which is a very powerful emotion. So true, Mary. So much guilt.
Absolutely. That's the guilt. That's a common denominator for the
Mhm.
survivors of, they feel guilty that did they say enough to the departed? Did they ever tell them these certain things, and you bottle this stuff up. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
once they're gone, you feel like you can't tell them that. But keep in mind that yes, you can, and they will hear you.
Mhm.
Uh,
That's true. That's true. Yep. In fact, you can have very long, uninterrupted conversations now with that person, but you may not hear directly back from them, but you'll hear from them. Somehow they'll get their message across to you.
exactly. Well, but just know that you can do that. That they will hear you, and it's really part of the process. And that God's the in between that makes sure that they can hear this stuff. And it's just, it's just such a healthy thing to do, to get in touch with those emotions, experience those emotions, and then little by little you start to get away from that, because yes, you do, you have to move on. You have to move on.
You do. Karen said, I'm still haunted by my failures, by the pain others felt because of my inability to care for sick ones. You know, when somebody dies, Karen, it's their time to die. You know, that's actually their contract. They came here, and we I believe we have several points in our life that are potential exit points. But to live our full life and then finally die, that's nobody's fault. That, you know, we manifest illnesses to maybe put out a red flag to our loved ones. Hey, I'm about ready to exit, so let's do all the stuff now. But really, you don't have to get sick to die. Really, it's your exit point. It's when you're ready to go. So the feeling guilty is, I'm so sorry that you're feeling that, but really, it was their time to go, no matter what, no matter who. We all have this ability to choose. We choose actually before we're even born what we're going, how long we're going to live, what the exit point, what the potential exit points are. And so it's their choice.
And what Karen is saying is such a common denominator for all of us. You know,
Yes.
so many people feel exactly the same thing, and it's you really have to get to a point where you can let go of the guilt, because there was nothing you could do then, from what she's saying,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing you can do now. So the guilt was something that will just um, actually interfere with the grieving process, because you know, and it's okay to feel a little bit of guilt, and it's just like I said, it's such a common denominator. It's just
Yeah.
so many people feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you're not alone in that.
Yeah.
uh,
She says it was an animal.
okay.
And I think with animals, especially, they especially choose when they're going to go. And you, me personally, I feel like when animals get sick, if we take them to the vet and prolong their life with invasive procedures or having to take shots or a lot of medicine, I personally believe that animals just don't understand why we're doing that to them. And for me personally, I feel like it almost makes it worse. If it's something you can do short term, then me personally, I would accept that. But if it was a long term situation, me personally, I would let them go. I believe animals are all part of the angel realm, and I'm sure that they can come back as another animal if they want to, or I can just talk to them. Like I have a dog that I had to let go, and the dog is still with us. Just, I don't have to clean up his poop anymore. So, you know,
Well,
he's
the loss of a
but
pet
he's
is,
still with us.
to
Yeah.
me, it's almost, a loss of a pet is almost tougher than the loss of a human being. And it just, I mean, that's a goofy thing to say, but you know, you get so attached to your pets, and you know, it's, you love your pet unconditionally, and they love you back in the same way. And when they pass, for one thing, I've always wondered, why in the world can't our dogs and cats and different pets live a lot longer? It just seems like their life is cut short, you know? So, um, yeah,
Well,
that's a tough one.
the astrologer in me says that they're there for a certain cycle in your life to help you because they are part of the angel realm. So, that the pets, I think, it's not that they represent that cycle, but they're there to help us through that cycle in whatever way we need. And I
Right.
don't, you and I both have had multiple pets at the same time. And I guess we just felt we needed a lot of help right then, you know. But yeah, pets are really hard. Pets are really hard because they,
Well, I've got one that's barking in the background right now.
oh, that's okay. That's okay. I muted you during the meditation. There was no issue at all. So Oh, wow. Well, does anybody else in the chat have any other comments? Anything they want to discuss? Karen, those were great comments. Thank you so much. And JD, your app just closed. Too much energy. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of energy going on. I don't know. There's just a lot of. Okay.
And can I say just one thing about when a lot of times with your pets, a lot of times you have to make the decision. Sometimes they're just gone. They just die. Other times you have to make a decision to have them euthanized. And that is just heartbreaking, but you're really doing the best thing in the world for your pets because
Mm-hmm.
uh,
No more pain. No more pain.
no more
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah. It breaks my heart. Like, I have a million, everybody has a million stories about their animal and they noticed too late that the animal was having trouble walking or was dizzy or was having trouble breathing or couldn't eat, or everybody has this story that I just didn't realize until it was too late. And then, but
They go that direction. They also go the direction like, did I make a decision for euthanization too soon?
yeah.
And for the no.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, no.
You're basically prolonging something that's going to happen anyway, and your pet more than likely is miserable, even regardless how they act. And so, yeah, but I think we all feel guilty about that kind of stuff, and that loss it just takes a long time. I mean,
Yeah. And, I don't know any vet that would suggest euthanasia before it was appropriate. I just don't think any veterinarian that I've ever dealt with is just like, ooh, goody, let's do that. No, they never make that suggestion.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
JD had a comment that I think is for you, Cleo. It says, I have a grandfather that took his life, and I always find myself crying over someone I do not even know.
There's been a couple of people in my life that committed suicide, and you just at one point, one of the people I'm thinking of is an uncle who was before I was ever born, and I thought, I wish I could have met him and all that kind of stuff. Then there's my brother who passed. I think it's been about, I don't know,
10.
6 years, 7 years.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that. Yeah, 7 years at least.
Maybe longer. And and at first, you have to look at, I don't know with your grandfather. I guess you're saying that has happened before you were born. So because you said you don't even know them,
Mm-hmm.
and the it's interesting that the emotion that you can have just because it's a relative. And we also think that how sad did that person have to be to commit suicide? But there's so many things going on when a person does that.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, in my thinking, suicide is never the answer. But then again, I'm not in a position to judge those that did that. But on the other hand, I'm wondering if that's where the tears come from, that maybe there was so much unhappiness. Either, maybe possibly he was sick, possibly he just couldn't face certain things. And who knows, since you didn't know him, this could have been coming on for years. But I mean, suicide is sad, and it's one of those things where you're like, had you been alive when that happened, you question, why didn't I get more involved? Why didn't I pay more attention? Why didn't I see what was going on with somebody that's, before your time? You wish that you knew them. You wish that you could have talked to them. So, I think you're just feeling a sadness for, somebody that was related to you, that it's just a sad situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And it's okay to feel sad that way. I know part of you might think, well, God, I didn't even know him. What the hell am I crying for? You know, but it's it's that feeling, you know, and you go ahead, cry about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, maybe you're just super empathic and you're picking up on their emotion, their energy, even now, even though it's been years and years and years since they've gone. You know, you're connecting to them somehow. And then again, maybe it's something that you should look at during a new moon and see if you can figure out why it makes you cry so much, why you feel such a connection with this person.
Can you see the next? I can't see it. Where okay, your father was sick. She's saying that her father was 16 when he found him, and
Mm-hmm. That's devastating.
devastating for your father.
Yes.
So you might be crying more for your dad and his loss. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
it's a horrible thing, you know, that your father had to deal with that at such a young age. And
Yeah, your empathy may be for your father even more than your grandfather, but I think you're connecting to them somehow, you know. Yeah, and Arlene says, yes, we ask ourselves why. I had a brother-in-law that took his life. Yeah, it is so sad. It is very sad. But again, it's their contract. Nothing happens to us in our lives that we didn't sign up for, basically. And that's not to blame ourselves for, you know, times we got sick or accidents or something like that. It's not a blaming thing. It's a contract. It's to help us learn. We come to earth to learn. It's the one of the best places in the universe to learn about karma and relationships. And it's a joy and an honor to be on this planet and to feel, to have a body where you can feel things. So many beings in the universe are just light. And while that may seem like an aspiration that most people have in their spiritual journey, they also aspire to know what it's like to be in a body. So, you know, appreciate what you have and understand that, you know, just like in the Lion King, it's the circle of life. You know, it's what you signed up for. And appreciate your lessons and realize that every relationship that you have gives you an opportunity to learn more of the lessons that you signed up to learn when you came here.
JD just asked an interesting question. It says, if I can read this, do we choose specific situations to raise our spirituality?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think in a way we do, because we design our lives. We design how we want our life to be, for better or worse. And so I think we do. I don't know if we choose them ahead of time, because I do think, you know, to a great extent, we do have free will. There is our own destiny, which we have determined before we came here, but we also have free will. And there's lots of choices that we can make along the way. And some would argue that there's even parallel lives that we're living in different realms all at the same time. But that's a whole other Gaia series that we won't do. But
It's a little out
yeah, yeah, you think just a little out there.
there.
But I think that you do choose everything that you need to learn and do in your life. Very specifically, I think you do choose it. So
Well, and even if you don't choose it, you might there's might be a reason why you were put in that situation. Like especially with the suicide, like why do you have to know about that? And so, yes, you might just be putting yourself in that inadvertently, not, you know.
yeah. Yeah, and I think people get, you know, when they start to think about this whole contract thing, they start rethinking every decision they've ever made. But here's another fly in the ointment, is that, you know, we are all in this together, right? I mean, we're all one and we're all in this together. And the things that you're playing out, the life situations that you're going through, yes, you're going to learn things from them, but your karma is your karma. but you can also be involved in helping other people learn things. And it may seem like, why did I have meet that random person and have a friendship for 3 months and then they're just gone? Well, could be something you needed to learn, could be something they needed to learn. So
Yeah,
sometimes
it's like why was I presented with this experience?
yeah, sometimes you're the helper and sometimes you're the subject of the lesson, but as many times as you're the subject, I think you're also the helper. Because that's the way it goes,
Yes.
we're all here together helping each other. So, wow, interesting conversation. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. This has been a great chat after this meditation, and I figured there would be quite a lot of chatting afterwards because this is a very deep topic. And thank you all. Thank you, all of you who are here in the chat. Thank you so much for coming to the meditation. I really do hope that you got something out of it. Cleo, thank you for being my partner tonight. This was wonderful. And it'll be posted up. It takes a little while for StreamYard to get it up to YouTube, but it will be up there. And I'm real curious. I have no idea when it will actually just be something you can click on in Facebook. Maybe it's immediate. I have no idea. But that's the adventure of, the internet. So, so thank you all for coming. And I hope you will all come next month. I haven't written the meditation yet, so I can't tell you what it's going to be about, but there will be one on the last Friday of July. So be sure to join us then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Cole. Bye-bye.